So we'll start off in the App Store and I'll go to search and we're going to search Realty One Group Home Search. I can click on the results and you'll see it's the first one that shows up that isn't an advertisement. And if you haven't already downloaded it, then you'll need to choose the option to download it, which is where my blue button currently says open, since I've already got it downloaded. If you're in the Google Play Store, then I'll have the link in email when we send out the newsletter for this week, so you can see it there. But I'm going to click open so you can see the app. So once I click open, it's going to take my current location and show me all of the results for the homes nearby. Well, it seems like there's a little bit of a lag. Okay, well, once I get the app open, what I can do is I can click on the top 3 lines. And typically it won't have an agent already set. That's because I was just doing some test cases with Julie. This is what it'll typically start off with. I'm waiting for it to catch up. There we go. Okay, so this is what it'll typically start off with, is the address of the area that you're at, and it'll have all of these options on the left side. If you go to my account, you'll have an option to register here with an email address and a password. I've already got mine set up, but I will log out to show you what it'll typically look out. So this is what it'll typically show, is an email address spot and a password spot. So you'll want to enter that information to sign into your account. Once you're signed in, all of your information is going to get saved as you make changes. So the next thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to click on agent search. Once you click on that, you're going to search for your own name. What this is doing is it is setting up your app so that when you send out a link to someone, it's going to have the same settings as you currently have set in your app. So I'm going to search for Julie as if I am Julie. But if you, for instance, wanted to refer another agent because you've got too many clients, you could search for a different agent for your preferred agent slot and then send them the link after that so that they get the default settings when they install the app show that other agent. So I'm going to start with Julie though.
Or you can, if you're referring them to an agent out of state, you can find, it's a Realty One Group agent. So if you're sending a referral, we're not going to send referrals because we're too busy. We're going to send referrals out to other states, other agents in other states.
But so assuming that I am Julie, I would click on set as preferred agent at the bottom, which just to go back over that real quick. So once you search, it has the little caret to the right, which it is not showing. Just re-enter this. There we go. Okay, so it's got the little caret to the right, so you can just click on the caret over to the right and it will open up this screen. And then you can click that set as preferred agent. Okay, so now it's got the app set up with the agent that we would want to have displaying when we send out the link to our clients. So now when we click the invite to app button that's there, we can send the text message, email, or post online, and it will have the link with Julie Combs at the end of it so that when the app is installed, Julie automatically shows up as the agent, and any information that's sent, like messages or any inquiries about properties, will get sent to Julie. So that's how you do that. Now we're going to look at some properties. So once I've got that set, once the client has it installed, then you can have them go through and look at properties in their area here. So it's automatically going to pull from the MLS. You can move the screen to look at different neighborhoods if you want to take just a look at the map and see what's where. You can also click on the filter option at the top right. It's taking a moment to update on the screen. There it goes. Okay, so then you can update these options here. So the status, the type, the price, bedrooms, bathrooms, the state, sold date, square feet, year built, etc. And then once you have that adjusted, which let's say that I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, at least 1 bath, and the price I want to be significantly less. So we'll say that we're working with up to 450, and then I'm going to search. And then it's going to show me that there's nothing, nothing in this
If you go to
area.
a different area, move west a little bit.
Yeah, so I zoom out and
There you
now
go.
I'm already seeing some more. So now what I can also do is I can change this to a list format. And then I can see the images of the front of the homes showing up. Let's say that I really like this one here. I can go ahead and click on it and open it up. Wait a second to catch up to me. Perfect. Okay, so now I've got pictures of the home at the top that I can click on, and I can take a look through these photos, see if I like the inside of the home.
By the way, Cassie, I'm going to stop here and just say for a second. We're actually seeing her phone. This isn't on the computer. This is her phone that she's sharing. So this is what people will be seeing on their phone. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because it's so clear. Like, all the photos, everything's good.
Awesome. So then underneath that, you'll see the address is showing just underneath the price, and you can see from where I am right now, what distance it is, how many minutes it would take me to get there. It's got the little car to indicate that. And then you've got some basic information, details about the home, 3 beds, 1 bath, square feet built. And as you scroll to the right, you'll see more information show the list date and how many are full baths. There it goes. All right, so then as you scroll down underneath this first tab, the highlights tab, you're going to see some information. So you're going to see a reminder of your agent's information in case you're interested in discussing this property. You're going to see the option to choose a showing date. And then you're going to start to see the description of the property and some of the history information and estimated mortgage payments, which you can adjust. So if your client wants to make those more specific to them, they can change the down payment amount to more or less. Let's say that they're doing like 10%. And if they think they're going to get a higher interest rate because they've got poor credit, or a lower interest rate because they've got really great credit, then they can adjust it to match that. And then they can see the estimated mortgage amount. And then they can send you an inquiry here. Maybe they have some specific questions that weren't answered. And then if we scroll back up to the top, we can change this tab from highlights to details. And this is where you're going to see like all of the information from the MLS. So I'm going to let it catch up real quick. There we go. And then I can click on this button that says see full property details, and you're going to continue to see even more information. So if there's something they have a question about, and let's say you're on the phone with them, you can tell them to click on details to see a little bit more. Maybe something in there will answer the question they have. And then you can click on neighborhood. That's the last tab. And I'll let it catch up real quick. There we go. All right, so now once you click on neighborhood, you're going to see information about the stuff surrounding this home. So you're going to see the map view. You can change it to street view. Once it loads, you can take a look around.
That's cool.
Right? It's got some neat stuff in here. I did not, by the way, since you had asked, I did not see a way to see the property lines, but there is a lot of information aside from that. So you can still see like an aerial view of the home, all of the stuff around it. And then you'll notice as we open this up, you're going to see these icons at the bottom. You can see as they went over in the waking up to win, you can choose to look at like coffee shops nearby, food. There we go. Okay, the food took a minute to update. You can include fun, shopping, schools. Wondering if, oh, neat. So if you click on these, it'll show you the name. Okay, so now I'm going to close out of the view. just going to click on map real quick so that you can see that as well, that it'll also show you a flattened version. And then I'll close out. Okay. So now, if you wanted, you could add another address to calculate commute time, pardon me. And then you also see the school information. So you're going to see if it has any ratings available, the distance of those schools. It's kind of some key information if the client has kids. And then the car dependency. So that's like walkability. Is there a lot of stuff nearby? Can they just walk to the grocery store, or are they really going to need a car? So that's going to show you all of the information that's available for the home. Then if the client wishes, you can show them this when you're kind of explaining the app briefly. They can click to share in message. So if you have a buyer and they're like looking for homes, you can tell them to look in the app and then just share in message whenever they're interested in one. And then assuming they're signed in, which I'm presently signed out of the app, but when they're signed in, then it's going to show them the option to send you a message. So they'll just type in the information, and then when they click send, it'll go to you. I'm going to close out of that. They can also heart the listing. Again, it's not letting me do that right now because I'm currently signed out, and then they can share it as well. So if they wanted to just copy the link or send it in a text message or something, they could do that. And then I'm going to click back. So now I can also save the search. Again, I'm tempted to just log in real quick. Let me see if I can.
One of the things while you're doing that is that it's really so simple to use. I mean, all you have to do is just start clicking around. Once they get in, there's not really a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so easy. Just
Yeah, a lot of clients, I mean, nowadays, everything is very self-serve, and people can go on to plenty of other websites like realtor.com and Trulia and Zillow and all of these others. And when they go on there, it's pretty self-explanatory and they figure it out. And these apps, this one in particular, is very similar to any of the others that they're already using. So most of the stuff they're going to be able to figure out on their own, most likely. But if they have any questions or they can't seem to find one bit of information, it's good to know so that when they come to you, you know where to look. So, but if I wanted to, I could save the search, and now you'll see that now I actually have the option to name it. I could choose to add more information about why I chose these parameters, or I can just leave it as is. So I'm going to cancel though, because I don't want to save that. But yeah, so then there's that. Messages, your clients will be able to see any existing messages that they have sent to you. Currently, there's nothing that I've sent to myself. So, but it'll have you enter your cell phone to verify. So I'm going to enter mine real quick. User. And if I give it a second. There we go. Okay, so I got the verification code 0716. Now I'm all set, so I can get started. So now when I send any messages, there we go.
go ahead, send me a message.
Now I'm going to send a message eventually after I get through all of these pop-ups.
Mine's asking me to verify as well, so I got to do that too.
Okay. So let me see real quick. So I'm going to start as if I'm here, and I'm going to click into the little text box as if I'm messaging my agent, which would be Julie. And I'm going to send her a little message and be like, hey, I really like this home. There we go. I'm going to click send. All right.
I got a new message. I got it.
Woo! Look at that. It's beautiful.
I really like this home, and I'd really like to sell it to you. So let's go, Cass. Let's go.
Beautiful. All right. So now home scan is the one with the photos. So if I wanted to, I could just look around. As you can see in the bottom left corner, it shows like the directions And you can see like as I go around and I'm facing different directions, it's showing me different homes.
So basically you can do like a virtual tour in a home.
Um, well, it's
Yes.
not really as much about virtual tours. It's about like if you want to see what's immediately around you, like the
Yeah,
home.
not a virtual tour, like a live tour if you're walking through a property too. That's what's nice about it.
I could filter it to only show me certain things. So if I wanted to see what's been sold or pending or what's available for rental, I could change it. So let's say that I'm open to renting. I could click on rentals and then I could look around and see if there's anything nearby that's a rental. But I don't see
Oh,
any.
I see what you're doing. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention for a second. My apologies. So you're actually, it's showing you other properties that are for sale.
Yeah. And then
I,
it shows them in like the cardinal directions.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I could see like if I really want something that's to the north of me. I don't know why I would be so specific about that, but I could pull up and look to the north of me and take the camera and be like, I really want something. I think it would be really helpful if like you're visiting a friend and you're like, I really love the neighborhood that you live in, and then you could just pull that out, do a home scan, and just look around and see what's nearby. Because if you
Or
really want to live, okay.
you're at a party and everybody always says, well, what did that house down the street sell for? What's that house listed for? You can
Oh
jump right
yeah,
in your app really quick
that
and
too.
find out. Everybody's always saying, how's real estate? And what did that house sell for? And if you don't know it right then,
You can just be
now,
like, I've got my handy dandy phone. But yeah, so that's the key parts. There's also so if you wanted, you could do the mortgage calculator separate from a specific property. By the way, and then separately, I was going to say, and I'll show you one last thing actually before I move on to the web version. But if you wanted to switch agents, just click on the person's profile picture and you'll see this pop up, and then you'll just choose edit and you can click remove agent, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm just going to close out of this. And then this invite to app, there is actually a online web version where you can see not only this link option to share, but you can see a couple other options to share. And you can also see some of the like analytics on how well your invites are doing and how many inquiries you've had. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick too. So I'm going to stop sharing my phone screen and I'm going to share my computer screen. So just 1 second, let me pull up the website.
hi, Rob, by the way, we didn't say hi to you earlier. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, so now to pull this up, you can go to homespotter.com. And then I'm going to sign in real quick. Let me see real quick if I can share as I'm signing in. Okay, what's that? And then I don't know why that's still it's blocking the tabs. Oh well. Oh, there it goes. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to sign into my dashboard. So I'm going to use my email. And it's going to recognize that this is the group I'm with. Okay. It didn't make me do this last time, but it was probably because I was already signed in. I'm really hoping I'm not about to have some password problems. All right. Just check my password. I'm logging. Yep, it's definitely saying it's this password. Okay, caps lock on. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's not liking me. I'm going to switch PCs real quick because I know that I can get it on the other one. So I did it yesterday. So let's see. Better. Next, let's integrate. There we go. All right, yeah, so it worked on the other one. Let me just pop in. Okay. Stop sharing this one.
Recording in progress.
All right. Get a weird angle for me, but there we go. Screen one, share. All right, so now, as you can see, so once it actually signs you in, I don't know what just happened with my password there, but this is the screen that you'll see. So you'll have, it'll actually look slightly different for you because I do have an office version where I can see all the agents. So from here, you can see, if I go to share your app, you'll have like your app download link. So you can copy that link and it'll send them to the URL that'll let them download, and it'll figure out to which app version they've got, whether they've got iOS or Android. So you can also click on send text invite. You can enter in their phone number. You can enter in a message. You can see a preview and send from number that you can select.
Might be a good idea to put the link on your signature.
Oh, yeah.
Download a free app.
I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so then for the text code, I believe this would be, if I wanted to set a custom number, they can do, I don't know if anyone's familiar with like short codes. You used to occasionally have things that would say like text this digit sequence to this number, and then you'll get X, Y, and Z. So if you set up your own text code, you could do like, I don't know, your birthday or something like that. Then they will text this phone number with whatever code you set up, and then they can get the link to your app. For interstitial, I think that's how it's pronounced. So this is one where it's probably a little advanced, and I don't think anybody's going to do this, but if you have your own website, you can get this code added to your website so that this little pop-up will show, and then you can choose continue to website or download the app, which is kind of neat if you can do that. And then widgets, this is probably even more advanced than the website is. You can have this added to the desktop of a device or a website. So I believe this would be like, I think this might be the same as the interstitial. I don't know why they have it different. I suppose it's because this one would be pop-up initially before you even get to the website, and then this would be one that rests on your homepage.
That's interesting because I'm gonna jump in here for a second. That's interesting. So you can, on your website, that's another class, obviously, but we have websites, and you can add this widget on your website. So that's kind of cool. That would be something I think we would do. I'm not sure what that interstitial means, but I guess that's something to figure out.
From what I gather, the interstitial, especially based on the previews, it looks like the interstitial would be like the pop-ups that you see when you first land on a website. So this one would show up on top of everything else, and you can click this button like continue to website, or you can click to download the app first. Whereas the other one, you don't get a pop-up that prevents you from getting to the website right away. It just shows up on the homepage. Like you choose a place and it'll rest there.
Yeah, interesting. Lots of different options. I mean, there's already a search tool on your website, but this is to download the app on your phone. So that's kind of cool.
So then what I was talking about earlier with the analytics and stuff, you can see, so if you go under app engagement, you can see all the inquiries that people have placed for properties through the app, which is neat. And then you can also see, if I go to contacts, you can see all of the people that you have that downloaded your app. And then if you guys are interested, which I don't imagine anyone will be, but you can also choose to set up advertising through the HomeSpotter website. I'm not really sure where this displays ads, but you could do that if you were interested. So if you ever, for some reason, can't access your phone, you can always just send it the link to your app through here. And what you'll notice is, so like right now, this link does not show the end portion that it would if I was an agent. But if I go to look at, let me see real quick. I believe it's under admin. Yeah. So if I look at somebody else's, like for instance, Julie's, when I click, I will see her link. And the link for anybody's app is really just going to be this first portion, the / and then your first last name, just like your username. So if you're ever in a pinch and for whatever reason you can't like send the link from your phone or from your computer, you can also just read off the URL if you happen to remember it. So it would be app.realty1group.com / first.last. So the HTTPS typically autofills when you're going onto websites. So really all you have to remember is app.realty1group.com / first.last. And then there you have it. So that should get you into the app, and I think that covers everything. Do you guys have any questions?
No, I think that was a really good review of it. And I think that everybody should get in the habit of sending the app out to all of their clients now, put it on their signature. Any new clients, if you got any sync clients, I know the sync has its own app too, but this is a good one which we really rented for you as well. So there's a lot of different options for getting yourself out there, and it seems like it's a very easy, user-friendly, free app for you to send out to your clients. That's your app. Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little cleaner than the last one. I didn't see the last one for very long, but I remember I popped into it once, and I definitely think this one's a little bit nicer. So
yeah, I agree.
All right, well then I will go ahead and stop the share, and unless there's anything else you guys want to hit on, I think that's the end for the meeting.